Okay, so the first strategy on the ACT that I'm going to teach you is that everything is drawn to scale. So a lot of times, like in our problems and our uh, pictures in class, you'll assume that something's a right angle. You'll assume that something's larger or like an angle is obtuse. But I always tell you that you can't assume the size, but on the ACT you can. So we're going to talk about strategies to eliminate the answers, and I will show you that you can narrow it down to two options just based on the size. So even if you don't know how to do the math, you can narrow it down to a 50-50 shot. So in this first example here, it says in the figure below, point B lies on side AC. Here's the first thing I'm going to teach you about the ACT is you don't need to read the first part of the question. What you need to do is you need to look for the question mark and read the sentence before it. Every single time the stuff before the question mark or before that what they're actually asking for, you don't need to know and you can assume it from the picture. So in this picture it says how many inches long is BC. So we want to know that length there. So again, the stuff before it makes no difference because do you really care about point B lies on side AC of a rectangle? Okay, you can look at that picture and assume that point B is on AC and that ACDE is a rectangle. You don't need to read that, so don't waste your time doing that. Look for the question mark, read the question before it. So if I look at this side length and I look at the other sides that it's given me that CD is 15, BD is 25, and DA is 39. The first thing I look at is I try and compare it to like the side of 15, and I know that it's, well, to me it looks longer than 15, so I'm going to eliminate A and B. And then the other choices that you have are 20, 36, and then the square root of 40. But the square root of 40, they're trying to trick you and make you think that it's 40, but the square root of 40 is actually about 6.3 something. So that's even smaller than 15. So E is out, B is out, A is out. So automatically you are down to two options and you've done very little math. Right away, I can eliminate one more, knowing that the hypotenuse is longer than any of the side lengths of a right triangle in C, B, D, and that triangle. So I know that it can't be longer than the hypotenuse of 25, making this answer C. So again, I've done no math in this problem. I've just looked at the picture and assumed the size. Now, if you recognize that you could do the Pythagorean theorem and do 15 squared plus b squared equals 25 squared, you're going to work through the math and you will get b to equal 20. Okay? But again, in cases like these, if you don't see that right away, it's easier to narrow your options down based on something about the size if you don't know how else to do it. There are a couple different problems below this that I want you to try it, and I'm going to go through them each and tell you what I would eliminate, and maybe you would do the same thing. So go ahead and try the next four and eliminate two of them, or eliminate three of the answer choices, and then go ahead and check your work. So go ahead and pause the video. Okay, so hopefully you've tried them, and it says, so we got three of them, and I'm going to start with the cylinder one. So in the cylinder one, okay, again, I'm looking at the question mark and I'm reading backwards. Okay, this one's a long one. It says, which of the following is the closest, so you won't get exact, to the height in centimeters of a cylindrical container shown below, with a diameter of 10 and a capacity of 1 liter. So again, if this diameter is 10 and I'm trying to find the height, this height looks a lot longer than 10. So I can cross off A, B, and C. So again, I'm down to two answer choices. At this point, if you're short on time, I would just pick one and move on. You got a 50-50 chance. Or from here, I would again make a good educated guess. For me, my educated guess would be D, 13, because it doesn't look super longer than 10. It doesn't look much longer than 10. So that would be my guess. The other way that you could really go about doing this is, since you know the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h, you can plug in your answers of 13. So you can do pi r, but you know r. R is 5 because the diameter is 10. So 5 pi 5 squared times 13, and to see if that gets you close to 1,000, or does 5 squared times 16 get you close to 1,000? Okay, and again, you're not going to get exactly because the question says closest. Well, I guess this says closet, but it's supposed to say closest. So which one gets you closest to 1,000? That's going to be D. Okay, I'm going to jump down to the one below. It says in the figure, oh wait, what am I doing? Read the question mark from the end. What is the length in inches of AB? So the other leg of the triangle. So again, the leg that I'm given is 5 inches. That looks a heck of a lot longer than 5. Cross off A, B, and C. Okay, again, you're down to 2 answer choices. If you're short on time, guess. If you're not short on time, then go back and read the question to see if it has more information, because we don't know anything about the hypotenuse. It says ABC has an area of 20 square inches. So if I know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height, and I know that the area should equal 20, I need to know what height, since I know the base is 5, equals 20. Is it 7.5 or is it 8? So you can plug in your answers to figure out which one would give you 20. In this case, it's E. Okay, and the last one. Question mark, and read the sentence before. It says the area of FGH is what fraction of the area of ACDE? Okay, well, here's the triangle that it's talking about, and it wants you to compare it to the area of the whole square. Okay, I'm going to read one sentence before this. It says the area of the square ABGF is 1/4 the area of the square ACDE. So this sentence before is comparing the area of the square, this one, to the area of the whole thing, and that's 1/4. Now what we're going to do is compare the area of the triangle, which is smaller than that first square, to the same larger square. So I know that my fraction is going to get smaller. Okay, so it can't be 1/4 anymore. 1/8 is double that. I don't really think that's it. Okay, so I'm left with 1/12, 1/16, and 1/20. So again, short on time, not sure how to do it, just guess. But if you do know how to do it, here's what I would do, is I would draw in the same squares in the rest of the shape. So I'm going to break this up, and then break each of those up. So now you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 little triangles, and only one of them is shaded in the whole square. So your answer is going to be D.